Okay, so we have our first ever speaker on this channel, and today we're gonna be talking about CA and how to start the career in finance. So let me introduce. Actually, he's my friend, and today we have Sanjarbek, and we can say he's an expert in ACCA and everything, and he's doing internship in Big Four company. One of them, I mean, the one called KPMG. It's one of the biggest companies in the world, an auditing company. So, um, Sanjay Bey, can you tell us about yourself first? Thank you.
Sure. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sanjarbek Matyokubov. I'm 21 years old. I study at Tashkent University of Information Technologies at first year. This is my last year. I'm about to finish. My major is economics and management. So far, I have attended cross-cultural engineering projects and I have won a GKS scholarship for exchange students, and I have studied one semester at Ina University in Incheon, South Korea, and I've passed 9 ACCA papers successfully. And right now I'm doing an internship in KPMG, which is about to finish after 10 days. And that's all about myself.
Yep. Thank you for your answer. I really appreciate it, like everything you're saying and your participation. And so your education background is clear, studying in Tashkent, and you're about to finish your internship at KPMG. And you also mentioned that you already have passed 9 SEC papers. And can you tell us why have you decided to pursue ACCA and why ACCA and why not other certifications? Thank you.
Okay. The ACCA it stands for Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. In short, this is the start of career in finance and accounting. It teaches you basics of the accounting and continues with finance. It starts with business and technologies, management accounting, financial accounting, which are the fundamentals of accounting, and it follows by in-depth analysis of financial reporting, audit and assurance, financial management, performance management. So the ACCA is mainly about controlling the business. I mean, this is helps CEO to run the company and standards. ACCA is widely used. It's used more than 180 countries in the world. It's well known, and ACCA gives chance to work at every company at, uh, and overseas also. So basically, the ACCA is the start of the career in accounting and finance, which helps to understand in depth of what is accounting and what's finance, because under these names lies a huge like ocean. So it divides into several parts and teach everything that's related to accounting and finance. Actually, ACC has a 13 papers, which is 9 of them considered is equal to bachelor degree, and the four rest one is called P level, are equal to master's degree. And right now I finished 9. And what's the saying? ACCA offers a bachelor degree, which can be done after financially successfully finishing 9 ACCA papers. There is a chance to do a research and analysis project, and for the University of Oxford Brookes, located in the UK. which ranked in the quiz ranking 450. So if successfully finish the research and analysis project, you can get an OBU diploma, Oxford Brookes University diploma. And furthermore, after finishing the four another P levels, which are equal to masters, you can study two other courses and again do the research and analysis projects more in depth, and you can get a master's degree diploma. Basically, the ACCA offers a graduate diploma for bachelor's and masters.
Yeah, thank you for the detailed answer. Yeah, it has got so much details. And I have kind of different question. I mean, since as you mentioned, ACCA is almost actually equivalent to bachelor's and graduate degree if you can finish the P levels. Why should somebody go to university when they have ACCA option available? If you can answer, that would be great.
Yes, this is widely using in Europe. However, in Uzbekistan, I know one guy who didn't study at our national universities. Otherwise, he pursued career in ACCA and he got a diploma from Obu University in March just in like 2 months back. And he's now executive one in KPMG, which is about me. And basically, like nobody, whenever they hear it, they don't believe it because if we think like we have to study 4 years and then we can get diploma, but studying 4 year at university with more than 440 subjects is useless. Studying like 13 subjects which are used is more widely available option, and I think it will be more used in coming years.
Yeah, thank you. That makes sense. Because if you want to study finance or maybe accounting, HSC I think gives a lot of options and better chance of getting employed after passing some of the exams. And I know that ACCA is not that easy exam. Even the requires you study consistently. You should not give up. And can you share some of the tips and mistakes that you have made when you were studying for ACCA exams? Thank you.
Sure. For ACCA, the first of all, the English level is very required. If advanced, it's useful. However, starting from a pre-intermediate level it's acceptable because all the materials are in English. It's true that in Uzbekistan we have courses offered in Uzbek from Uzbek teachers in several learning centers. However, uh, learning the language will help you to pass exams for free. I mean, there is a lot of resources in the YouTube, from the books, from everywhere. We can learn it for free. However, in Uzbekistan, we offer a course in Uzbek. However, upgrading the English level grades our chance to pass the exam. The English is required, and then approaching correctly. I mean, there are 13 papers. Like we have to first of all pass 9 exams to get access for P levels. For starting 9 papers has to be structured. I mean, we cannot start from a F5 or F6 from performance management. So right approaching should be there. So for example, in Uzbekistan, most of the time we start with financial accounting, which is helps to understand the debits, credits, about accounting. So we have to approach it right, and then uh, it's true that not everybody can pass an exam. However, continue studies and study hard, we can pass exams. Actually, it took me 2 years completely, like 24 months, to complete 9 ACCA papers. However, I could have done it earlier. My mistake is that after accomplishing 7 papers, I took a break of about 5 months. I thought whenever I saw the book I started to get disinterested. So it was all about my mind. I thought like I got bored. I got bored. However, um, discipline is required. So this was my first mistakes. I lost the discipline and after passing seven ACCA papers. And also ACCA requires a capital. I mean, initial investment. It requires about like 500 US dollars first for the annual fee, first registration, and for the first exam. However, if you're studying at bachelor's or master's, you can pay for the amount, this amount from our national government, who supports and funds the ACCA programs, and continue study. I mean, there's a lot of people who start to study ACCA, they get one, two ACCA papers, and they stop because the more we get, the harder it becomes. That's why continuous studies will improve. And my second mistake is I didn't collaborate it with the practice. I didn't know that KPMG accepts students because most of the time when I applied for the jobs, like a lot of companies rejected. Even with my nine ACCA papers, I got rejected so many times. However, big four companies in the world, in Uzbekistan and everywhere, they offer a part-time job. Big four companies are KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, and EY. They are offer jobs for part times. They have university schedules. If you want to work in the morning, they will help you. So basically, the big four is the best place to work and study. They have to collaborate and improve. They even help financially. They pay for the exams. Pay for the subscriptions. They help you to do everything, and also they help you use this knowledge in practice. This is very essential. So uh, Big Four is the best place to start the career. And for the ACCA, and I know those who only get like three or four papers, which they are required. For example, if you want to be a financial reporter who transfers from IFRS to our national or from national standards to IFRS, like only two papers is enough: financial accounting and financial reporting. People got job and people even get job right now from these two papers. So basically, the 13 ACCA papers has divided into several jobs. For example, if you want to work with the cost management, um, financial management, and performance management is more than enough. Uh, and also, if you want to be an audit, you have to get all nine papers because in audit you have to use all the papers. So basically, ACCA is divided into several works, and by passing even one and two ACCA papers, you can get the job.
That's interesting. And do you think are there any disadvantages if somebody gets into financial reporting with only two papers,
Yeah,
while other tell us about that if possible.
sure. At my job at KPMG, I see those people who has even CFA level one, and I also see that people who doesn't even have an SEC, like not even single one. So it really depends. Like intelligence and having a bachelor degree creates opportunity to get the job at a big four company and pursue career in ACC. And also, I've talked with a lot of people. They have CFA levels, they have ACCA, and some of them even doesn't have an ACCA. And uh, it's the starting point. Whenever they enter the big four, like you will see that everybody is working. Everybody is working. Apart from a job, they are studying. They are extra studying. They are pursuing ACCA, other certificates. So they never stop. So Big Four offers a great atmosphere and opportunity not to stop. So he gives peers to study together.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting, especially the atmosphere and the things that Big Four offers. As you said, like studying atmosphere, they let you go to university if you want to or if you have to, and you can also work part-time there. So can you tell us how you apply to KPMG and maybe other companies too, and how you get through interview process, and maybe any advice and also ways to stand out or tips for those who are searching for the job and looking through maybe Big Four or other companies?
Okay. I will particularly talk about because KPMG has a lot of offices in other countries also. I don't know the exam requirements there, but for the case of Uzbekistan, KPMG often posts jobs at Headhunter. In Uzbekistan, there's a lot of jobs from an entry point to the directors, and I saw that in Headhunter that offering an intern assessment for the audit in December. I applied for it. They call and they invite for the audit assessment. At first, I applied for audit assessment, and there was about 4 steps, 4 different exams in one day. They checked the IQ levels. They checked Russian, which is highly required, and then they checked English. They checked our technical knowledge, and they also checked our ability in writing. And after this, the assessment 5 hours, and next day they announced results, and who passed successfully they called for an interview. Interview was about in 2 steps. First, with the HR manager, who will ask about your background, who will check your language requirements, who will check your abilities, and finally, in third step, you there will be an interview with the manager of an audit who checks the your knowledge and technical knowledges and asks you about practical knowledge if you have. And after successfully finishing the interview, in one day you will get results. I got the results. They said that I got a job. They sent me an offer. The offer, I saw the price, the salary price. It's quite interesting because a competitive price, which is enough for an intern in KPMG in Uzbekistan. And I signed it and I sent them. However, it was for the summer internship, so I have to wait about 7 8 months. And then after 1 month, I saw that they posted job in DA. KPMG has several services. Mainly they work with audit, and however, apart from audit, they also offer consultant services like valuation, fixed asset, mergers and acquisition, transaction services, and debt and public-private partnership. And I saw that they got job in its name DA, Deal Advisory, and they got job from infrastructure and debt and triple P. However, the exam was very different from audit. I mean, the audit exams were very easy. Knowing one ACCA paper would be enough, I think. Financial accounting it was based on financial accounting, like what debit, credits, and trial balances, about 3 financial main statements, which could be learned, I mean, 1 month or 2 months if prepared. And however, in a DA exam, deal advisor exam, there were 5 steps. The first one was online test, checked my data analytical skills based on graphs, and there was logical questions from in Russian language. That was the first step. And then after successfully finishing the first, they invite you to the office where they give you about 45 questions, which are way different and way harder than audit. It's based on several SEC papers, risk management. There's also audit questions, performance management questions. It was very hard. First, I thought that I failed because half of them I made correct and some of them I guessed it. However, successfully finished it. I successfully passed this step, and for the third, I had an interview with the HR manager. The same thing with the audit. They only ask about questions from background, practical, and my knowledges, and they write a feedback and give it to the manager. In the first step, there was an interview with the manager who had an interview about 2 hours, asked from A to Z. From A to Z, there I know. And it was very hard. It was online, but it was very hard. Sometimes they call for the online, sometimes offline. Got an online interview because my managers were located in Kazakhstan. I applied for debt and triple P, public-private partnership, and that's why my interview was online. It took 2 hours. He asked about a lot of questions, starting from debits, credits, to risk management, and with some real cases. He gave questions about, like, imagine you are opening a new line factory. What kind of costs will be there, and how you gonna record them, and what you gonna do when you first start doing uh, structuring a factory. It had a lot of steps. He listened to me all the way. He checked. He corrected sometimes. Overall, uh, it was good. It was good. He practically squeezed my all knowledge. And the final, there was an interview with the director of debt and triple P. He interviewed questions a bit differently than manager, and that director asked questions about in real life cases and checked my knowledge from Russian and English and about my uh, motivation to work, because Big Four, it's all about working overtime. It's said that work time is 8 hours. However, there's also an additional point that wrote they have a policy, they have requirements to work overtime when it's required. So basically, you work overtime most of the time, like 1 hour, starting from 1 hours to 3, 4 hours, even sometimes we work until 10 p.m. to the work, and depends on the ability of working, because some people can finish it in 1 hour, some people can finish it like 3, 4 hours. So basically, deal advisory is harder to enter than audit, because deal advisory have a fewer people. It's about 40 people in total. However, audit has more than 100 people, about 130 maybe. So entering audit is a bit easier. However, the job audit also is the same. I mean, they also work overtime. And however, you will work with different industries. So far, working at KPMG about 3 months, I worked with one industry about product line of LDSP and DSP, OSB, which are materials for furniture. I worked with university that are opening in Uzbekistan. Enter to the one sphere. You will be there 2 months and you will learn everything from macroeconomic statistics to financial statements. So it's very great to work at a big firm, which offers with working with a lot of industries and also gain the knowledge. So this was all about entering KPMG exam in Uzbekistan.
Yeah, thank you. I have myself even taken a lot of notes, and I heard that, yeah, as you said, people work until they should finish their project. How many hours on average do people at KPMG work? Maybe on a weekly basis?
Weekly. Well, it depends. Well, it's starting from 40 hours, which written in contract, to about 50, 55 hours maximum. Yeah, 55 maybe.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And um, I remember like actually that was maybe 1 month ago. I talked to one consultant, not from KPMG. He was from BCG, Boston Consulting, in Tashkent, and he has an ACCA. Like he has passed 13 all of the exams. And when I talked about my interest in like big four companies, and I told him that I was really into maybe audit or something because there was no any other option available. And he replied by saying that these days KPMG and other big four companies have their consulting arm. That's what he said, and other parts which are coming from other branches of the KPMG, they are also entering to Uzbekistan. The one he mentioned consulting, and as you said, they have other departments than audit. So what does what does KPMG do actually? Can you describe the working structure of
Yeah.
maybe big four companies in general? Yeah, thank you.
Okay. KPMG mainly offers audit services for clients, not only KPMG, big for all of them. And also they have another service line, it's deal advisory, which offers services like valuation. What is it? Valuation of company when it's about selling and buying. For example, some clients came and asked about, I want to, for example, buy Yandex. Can you value the market price? I need the real prices, for example. Or companies came and they offer money and they say, I want to value my company because I want to sell it. I need the real price because there's like assets, their useful lives, depreciations, their market values, their goodwills. So they will value. And another service in deal advisory is debt and triple P, which is I work. It's mainly about financing, project financing. New projects they came and to gain loan from banks or to get finance from shareholders or other some financing ways, we will help them. We will make a business plan and we will do financial models, and by showing this they can get loans and they can get finance to finance the project. This is a new project that hasn't started. We have to show future cash flow in the market. We have to show the competitiveness of the new business. That the businesses are very huge. It's not about like 50K or 1,000K businesses. It's about like 200 million, and it's in about cases at least. And it has an economic effect to the Uzbekistan, significantly affects. And the another is mergers and acquisitions and transaction services. Transaction services is also named as due diligence, which where they record the transactions between the companies, for example, between from parent company to subsidiaries. They make notes, they correct their financial statements, they offer a various services to clients, and uh, it's mainly what they offer. Yes, it's a deal advisory. And internal lines like quality management, risk management, and they don't work with clients. They help in the work to get free risk, to eliminate the risk, because in the jobs, for example, when we do contract, when we show the work, there could be risk. So they potentially find risk and eliminate. So this is also the service that KPMG has in internal service for our employees.
Yeah, okay. Maybe some people don't know. Even sometimes I get also confused. What's auditing?
Okay, audit. Auditing is checking company's financial statements that they are working correct. First of all, I have a question on why we need audit and who need audits. Audit is mainly for directors because in most cases, directors or shareholders doesn't run the business, don't run the business. They hire managers, they hire uh, somebody else to run the business. So to show that all accounting are correct and showing that all financial statements are correct, they hire audits to check it. So audit goes to the client's offices, check everything. For example, in the financial statements, if company has written that they have a $100,000 assets, they will check it. Is it true? Do they really have that amount of asset? If they're correct, they move to the uh, next statement. There's three main statements that used in audit. It's profit or loss statement, which is mainly about how much revenue the company has, its cost of sales, expenses, and the next one is financial position, which is about their assets, liabilities, and equity. And the third one is cash flow, how much money uh, flows to company. And the audit checks this. And audit procedure continues about 2 to 3 months, depending on the how company big. And they check some samples and they do the analysis. For example, we know that they have transactions between several companies, like about hundreds, thousands. Audit cannot check all of them. They choose some samples. I don't know the exact number. They choose samples and they check it, and based on this, they give an opinion whether they are doing correct or not. And for example, they check the salary, and when salary time comes, it automatically sends to the employee from a bank that the real amount is the same that they have recorded. So it's main for checking, are there is there somebody who steals money from a company? To find those, they use it, and also to follow the financial statements orders and their regulations. Audit checks on this.
Yeah, thank you for describing. Because I mean, why actually company? I heard that in some of the podcasts, not all not all companies have to do auditing, right?
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now
Because
let's. Yeah, yeah,
uh it's
I'm here.
about their interest of the shareholders. If the company is not big, they don't have to do auditing, because auditing like at least maybe like 100,000 US dollars starting from.
Okay, so we have some threshold for that. And my final question, if you can share maybe, if possible, about your future plans, because I heard that many people, even some of the managers, leave Big Four, or maybe it can be KPMG, or it can be PwC or other Big Four companies. After working for 3 years, or maybe they get their, uh, if I'm mistaken, something called like auditor certification, which is given in 2 or 3 years. So as soon as they get it, they also leave the company. And then, so can you tell us about your future plans, and also advice to those who are entering to the finance industry as a freshman? Thank you.
Okay, my future plans is right now I'm writing an OBU diploma. I'm about to finish it, and my next plan is about finishing the P levels. I got 4 P levels, which I'm about to finish in coming next year as soon as possible. And I want to work at KPMG 3 years. Why 3 years? Because I want to be a senior in KPMG. If you work 3 years, you officially can be a senior, because KPMG offers a great salary, great opportunity for 3 4 years when you start. and after this you can get the salary twice or third times high than KPMG. However, to reach this, you have to work at least 3 successful years at KPMG. So there is a myth, even a myth that everybody when interested in KPMG or big four companies, they will work 3 or 4 years maximum. Well, and then they go to some private companies and others to get more salary because a lot of companies value people from big four because they worked hard 3 4 years. They know how it is working in big four companies, so they need a disciplined people. And then I want to continue my studies in CFA. I want to pursue masters, and I want to do a PhD, and someday in future, maybe after 40s or 50s, I want to be a tutor at university. Well, it depends then. And for those who start entering into finance, accounting spheres, my advice is first of all to improve English, which is highly required, and then start from the ACCA. Or if they have I would give some help. I mean, I can give the questions, what kind of questions will be in big four companies, like samples, and they can prepare it for 1 month or 2 months, depending on person's ability. When they get a job at big four, they can work part time and they can get finance from a company. Or next way is improving in English and only paying for exams and studying free, because ACCA now offers a study hub which has a lot of useful information. But first of all, you have to pay a annual fee for this. It's about $200, like 180, but it's close to 200. And then study ACCA. At least three main papers: business and technology, F1, and financial accounting is free. And after accomplishing three ACCA papers, you will understand and you will get the whole picture what lies behind the ACCA and how it help you. And ACCA helps to work comfortably. I mean, right now I'm working at KPMG due to my ACCA papers, and I can work online. So I don't have to ask my manager to say like, oh, tomorrow I want to work online. It's not like that. And big four companies, they offer hybrid works. I mean, you can go to office and you can work online. Yeah, you can work overtime. You work overtime. However, you have a lot of advantages. You can work online. They have special trainings, online and offline trainings. And right now, we're having trainings for 1 week. We don't work 1 week. We only do trainings. It's for intern. They have also useful trainings. They have Wall Street trainings, which they bought. And if you want to study some courses and it's required for your job, they will pay it for you. And you can study when you have free time after your job. And so I really advise to start career at KPMG, because initially some companies may offer higher than KPMG. However, working at KPMG will increase the chance of a high salary in the future. So this is the biggest advice which I have ever gotten.
Yeah, you for it. I appreciate that. And if anyone have questions or not, we can ask him. But I don't have any questions left, so maybe we can finish it. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And if at least one person understood and helped because of this conversation, I am also really thankful for that. And so hope you can help them if they want to contact you. Maybe I can give your contact if possible. when they want to ask about questions about ACCA or finance industry as a whole or getting a job at Big Four. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you guys. Thanks for listening.